Diabetes is usually asymptomatic. The only time you can ascertain if your blood sugar is overshooting is when you go to the lab and run some tests. And in my previous video, I shared some tests that you can run to ascertain if you have prediabetes. If you're interested in watching that video, click the link in the comment section. The first thing you need to do if you are obese or overweight is to shed some weight, lose some fat. Why, you may ask? Weight gain causes insulin resistance, and insulin resistance equally causes weight gain. They go hand in hand, and this is what happens because insulin is an anabolic hormone. It helps in producing things. It helps in synthesizing glycogen from glucose and in converting glucose to fat. When there is a problem in insulin converting glucose to glycogen, it converts it to fat, and this leads to fat accumulation in different parts of your body. And this high insulin level causes increased leptin level. Leptin is a hormone that controls hunger. What happens in the case of obesity and insulin resistance is that because of the persistent or chronic increase in insulin, there is equally chronic increase in leptin, and this leads to leptin resistance, leading to inability of leptin to tame your hunger, so it will make you feel more hungry, and the more hungry you feel, the more food you eat. Scientific evidence show that losing just 5 to 7% of weight can increase your insulin sensitivity by 58%. Is that not pronounced? That's very pronounced. So lose some weight, shed some fat if you want to reverse prediabetes. Number 2 is caloric restriction. That's cutting down on the amount of calorie you take in. Cutting down on calorie intake can help improve your insulin resistance, and there are so many methods for doing that. There are so many eating styles that can help you do that, like the WASH method, intermittent fasting, ketogenic diet, Mediterranean diet. All these dietary styles can help you cut down your caloric intake. If you're interested in learning how any of these methods work, please subscribe. In my subsequent video, I'll be sharing that. Number 3 is reduce your sugar intake, especially artificial sugar and processed carbohydrates. The volume of calorie going into your body matters as much as the source of the calorie. Calorie from processed food and whole food are not the same. Let me give you an instance. Corn and pap does not increase your sugar level the same way. Because pap is processed, pap causes a rapid spike in your glucose level, but eating corn will increase your glucose level slowly, while taking pap will increase it quickly. But it's very important that you remove artificial sugar entirely from your diet, remove processed carbohydrate from your diet if you are pre-diabetic. So at this point, you should be knowledgeable on what you are taking in. You don't just take in anything. Before you buy any edible, ensure you read the label, the nutritional value on the label. Ensure you know what you are taking in. Don't just take anything into you. And at times label don't say it all. You need to equally trust your taste buds to tell you packaged food that contains sugar and the ones that don't contain sugar, because at times they will tell you that there is no added sugar in a particular food substance, but when you eat it, your taste bud will tell you a different thing altogether. They can add artificial sweeteners, and artificial sweeteners equally have the same effect on your blood sugar like artificial sugar. So ensure you read labels and trust your taste bud to tell you food that contains sugar, packaged food that contains sugar. Number 5 is exercise regularly. Moving your body opens up your cells to take up glucose. So moving your body improves glucose metabolism. And what I usually advise my clients is to move for 10 minutes after every meal. Ensure you move for 10 minutes after every meal. Don't just eat and stay at a place. Immediately you finish eating, move around for at least 10 minutes. It will improve glucose uptake and your insulin sensitivity. Sleep well. Lack of sleep increases cortisol level, and cortisol is an enemy to insulin. It inactivates insulin and makes it insensitive. So high cortisol level increases insulin resistance, and of course can worsen your pre-diabetic state. So ensure you sleep well every night. 7 to 9 hours of sleep is what you require. Track your progress. It took time before your body got to this state, so it equally takes some time before you're able to reverse it. Don't be in a rush to reverse pre-diabetes. Take it one step at a time, and if you can monitor your glucose level after every meal, it will equally go a long way to help you pick out the food that increases your glucose level more. Like you can take, before you eat any meal, you shake your blood glucose level, then 2 hours after that meal you shake your blood glucose level again to pick the food that increases your blood glucose level more. And this will help you to modify your diet accurately and go for food that don't increase your blood glucose level rapidly instead of the ones that increases it rapidly. Glucose monitoring is very important in helping you make progress. Then the last but not the least is seek help. Your knowledge might be limited on how to go about doing this. They seek the help of a healthcare professional skilled at managing prediabetes, and that's the inspiration behind Ignite Insulin program. It is currently running for free. If you are interested in enrolling for that program, please hit me up and I'll be glad to enroll you in it. Alright, see you in my next video. Catch ya.